I don't know that anybody won the draft the way that JJ McCarthy did because again, we talk
JJ
about
McCarthy is winning the quarterback game in general in his life. He has just been placed in great quarterback situations his entire life. And now, I mean, you look at Michigan, you can't, everybody talks about the record, 27-1.
yeah.
Yes, he presided over it. He contributed to it. His fingerprints are in there. But 27-1 is really goes back to the culture of Michigan and everything, all the building blocks that were put in place to what? Help the quarterback. So a lot of things at Michigan were there to help the quarterback. And now at Minnesota, whether it's the head coach, whether it's the running game, whether it's your left tackle, whether it's Justin Jefferson and Addison, no matter what it is a great situation for JJ McCarthy to come in and sit for a little bit before he takes over as a quarterback in Minnesota.
Well,
Sit for a little bit.
you know how much I love Sam Darnold. I know you being funny. You know how much I love Sam Darnold, and I thought that
Yeah,
maybe there was a chance that Sam Darnold had a chance to prove me right
he
under
might.
Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
Well,
whoa, 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 whoa.
for the short term, but here's the thing about Sam Darnold, and this isn't the most important thing when it comes to quarterbacks. But I think it's an underrated aspect of the politics around quarterbacks and quarterback rooms.
Mm-hmm.
People love Sam Darnold. Like Sam Darnold's a nice guy. As in, like, even if you're competing with Sam Darnold, it's not going to be like toxic when you're competing with him. Like he's the kind of guy that's like, hey, if I'm starting, great, I'm gonna give you what I got. If I lose the quarterback competition and I'm the backup, okay, cool. Like he's just not going. It's not going to be a problem either way for Sam Darnold. He's talented. He could also talk to JJ McCarthy about some of the things he's seen, whether they're ghosts or otherwise. He can talk about. He could talk to things. He could talk to Sam Darnold about. Look, I've been
He'll
through the
never live
fires.
that one down.
I've been through the fires, and so he could talk to JJ McCarthy. I'm sorry about the fires he's been through. So I think that is a plus to have a guy that can at least keep the seat warm until JJ McCarthy is ready. But like we talk about the list of quarterbacks who've gone to bad circumstances, who've been drafted early to bad teams, and who knows their careers would have been otherwise. It's like not only does JJ McCarthy fall into the perfect situation in Minnesota, which everybody for this entire process, ever since Kirk Cousins went to Atlanta, has been saying, whatever quarterback goes to Minnesota, that's who's going to win the first round of the draft. But for Minnesota to get him for cheap, he didn't just fall to 11. They moved up for practically nothing, excuse me, to the Jets spotted at number 10. Whereas most people predicted that the Vikings would have to move heaven and earth, give up that second first round pick and more
Well,
in
to get
order
the
to
guy they
go up to
wanted
get.
though.
To get it might have been McCarthy. Whether
I
it was
think it
going to
was
be
May.
Drake, whether it was Drake
I think
May
it was
at
May.
3. No, but it wasn't limited to that. Whether it was Drake May at 3 or McCarthy at 4 or 5, the speculation was that if they were going to go up to get a blue chip quarterback, it was going to cost them both of those first round picks and more. When they made the trade with Houston, it was like, okay, they're going up. Well, they only end up
Yeah.
going up one spot for cheap, saving assets. And oh, by the way, later getting what some thought would be the first defender off the
They
board
did go
to
up.
Atlanta. They did, yeah, right.
Right.
The board came to them and they went up at the same time. They went and got their guys and the board came to them. But it fell perfectly for Minnesota because they were supposed, like Dallas Turner was supposed to go to, I suppose, quote unquote, mock to Atlanta as the first defender off the board at number 8. They end up getting Dallas Turner, getting their quarterback, and not having to empty the cupboard or throw the kitchen sink at a team, whichever one you prefer, in order to get said quarterback, which bodes well for JJ McCarthy. Now there are more opportunities to add talent to the rest of the team. Now the long-term future isn't compromised because they moved, say, now San Francisco lived to tell about it, but they didn't have to make a Trey Lance type trade in order to go up
Yeah.
into the top 3 or 4 to get the quarterback. JJ McCarthy lands in a great situation, and that situation was not compromised by the Vikings' pursuit of a quarterback.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was really good. And I think he's in a good situation for the reason you mentioned off the top, that he's in the same quarterback room with Sam Darnold. So I don't think Michael Penix is in a good situation being in the same quarterback room with Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins is still like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, I don't think is going to be, Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, it's not a surprise to Darnold or any other quarterback
He's on a one-year deal.
Minnesota's roster. They were looking for a quarterback.
Right.
And, you've got that kind of guy who has been a high draft pick himself, who has been a number of places, who has seen some things, and probably will compete with you. I think JJ McCarthy, I think he'll eventually, obviously he's their quarterback of the future. He is their quarterback of the future. I do not think that he'll be their starting quarterback on day one. The first game of the season, I do not think JJ McCarthy will be the starting quarterback for the Vikings.
Right.
I think it'll be your boy Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and I think Sam will do well because for relatively well for the same reasons that we're talking about. It's just such a great situation.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.